Good morning and a very warm welcome. You're watching the Breakfast Rundown on TV1. I'm Therunee Karunaratne, and as always we're coming to you live from our Newsfirst studios here in Colombo. Well, history was made last night as cricket fans all around the world watched the thrilling finale of the 2025 Women's Cricket World Cup that was played in India. And the much anticipated clash between India and South Africa was packed with excitement throughout the whole match. So let's start off this morning's news with highlights from this historic match. India's women cricketers have made history, claiming their first ever ICC Women's Cricket World Cup title with a commanding 52-run victory over South Africa in the final played at Navi Mumbai. The highly anticipated final was delayed by 2 hours due to rain before South African captain Laura Woolbard won the toss and elected to field first. Now, prior to the play, cricket legend Sachin Tendulkar brought the World Cup trophy onto the field, adding a touch of inspiration to the occasion. Sri Lanka's Michelle Pereira officiated as one of the on-field umpires, while Nimali Pereira served as the fourth umpire. The two teams walked out to the middle of the ground with the national anthems, with Taryn Lam performing South Africa's anthem and Sunidhi Chauhan singing the Indian anthem to a packed stadium filled with roaring supporters. India's innings got off to a flying start with Smriti Mandhana and Shafali Verma putting on a brilliant 104-run partnership for the first wicket. Shafali Verma led from the front with an aggressive innings of 87 runs, registering her fifth ODI half-century. Now Deepthi Sharma anchored the middle order, scoring her 18th ODI 50. South Africa's Ayabonga Khaka was the pick of the bowlers, taking 3 wickets. India finished their innings on 298 for 7 in 50 overs, setting South Africa a daunting target of 299 runs.
Off that over. This has been an outstanding final over.
Chasing 299, South Africa got off to a steady start with Laura Woolbard and Tasmin Brits adding 51 runs for the opening wicket. Woolbard played a captain's knock, scoring her 11th ODI century and ending the tournament as the top run scorer of the Women's World Cup 2025. However, India's bowlers, led by Deepthi Sharma, turned the game decisively. Deepthi produced a remarkable spell, taking 5 wickets for just 39 runs, dismantling South Africa's middle order. The Proteas were eventually bowled out for 246 runs in 45.3 overs, handing India a historic 52-run victory. Now, with this win, Harmanpreet Kaur's side became the first Asian nation to win the ICC Women's Cricket World Cup, marking a landmark moment in the sport's history.
Now they're creating their own history by winning the ICC Women's Cricket World Cup here in India 2025 for the first time.
Shafali Verma was named the player of the match, while Deepthi Sharma earned the Player of the Tournament award for her consistent all-round brilliance. The victorious Indian team lifted the coveted trophy from ICC chairman Jay Shah.
Time to get behind your team. The Indian women's cricket team were their very first ICC Women's Cricket World Cup trophy.
With that, let's move on to more local news this morning. A man was shot dead in Nivanapalana Horana last night. The victim, a 45-year-old resident of the same area, had been returning home with his wife after visiting a nearby shop when the gunman opened fire. Police said the suspect had been hiding at the scene before carrying out the shooting and fleeing. Initial investigations indicate that the shots were fired using a 12-bore firearm. Authorities suspect that the shooting may have stemmed from a personal dispute. Police have launched a search operation to apprehend the suspect. Now, a new integrated operations unit named Bana Surakuma will be launched today with the aim of safeguarding Sri Lanka's natural forest resources. The unit will operate a 24-hour hotline service, enabling the public to report incidents of damage to forests and related ecosystems by calling 1995. According to Minister of Environment, Dr. Dhammika Pattabandi, the operations unit comprises representatives from the Department of Wildlife Conservation, the Forest Department, the Police Special Task Force and the Tri-Forces. The official launch will take place at 10 a.m. today at the Ministry of Environment premises on Hector Kobakadu Mawatha, Colombo 7. Meanwhile, under the National Reforestation Programme, 30 forests have been declared as protected areas so far this year. The ministry further noted that a total of 50,000 hectares, equivalent to approximately 125,000 acres, have been designated as forest reserves during this period. And in more local news, the Ministry of Education and Higher Education has launched an investigation into the death of a student of the University of Vaunia, allegedly linked to a ragging incident. Deputy Minister Dr. Madura Seneviratne stated that the inquiry will be conducted through the University Grants Commission. Meanwhile, the Vice-Chancellor of the University of Vaunia, Professor A. Akputaraja, confirmed that the internal investigation has also been initiated in this regard. The deceased has been identified as Sachitra Nirmal, a 21-year-old student from Yasasiripura, Anuradhapura. According to reports on the 31st of October, senior students are alleged to have forcibly administered alcohol to several new students. The group was reportedly subjected to severe ragging, including being confined outdoors under intense sunlight. The Vaunia Puravarasakulam police have commenced further investigations into this incident. Now, United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has called for stronger protection of media professionals worldwide, emphasizing that journalists must be able to perform their duties freely and safely. Issuing a special statement to mark the International Day to End Impunity for Crimes Against Journalists, which was observed yesterday, Guterres warned of the growing dangers faced by journalists in their pursuit of truth, including verbal abuse, legal threats, physical attacks, imprisonment, torture and even death. Guterres said in his message, quote, "When journalists are silenced, we all lose our voice," unquote. Now, according to UNESCO, between 1993 and 2024, 1,836 journalists have been killed worldwide. In 2024 alone, 86 journalists lost their lives while performing their professional duties. The UN further reports that since 2006, nearly 85% of journalist killings remain unresolved, underscoring the continuing global problem of impunity. Guterres stressed that impunity anywhere is not only an injustice to victims and their families, but also an assault on press freedom, an invitation to further violence, and a threat to democracy itself. He highlighted that Gaza has become the deadliest place for journalists in any conflict, calling for independent and impartial investigations into all such incidents. He said that all governments must investigate every case, prosecute every perpetrator, and ensure that journalists can do their jobs freely anywhere. Now, Archbishop Paul Richard Gallagher, the Secretary for Relations with States and International Organizations of the Holy See, commonly known as the Vatican's Foreign Minister, is scheduled to arrive in Sri Lanka today for an official visit. Archbishop Gallagher will remain in the country until the 8th of November, undertaking a series of official and religious engagements. His visit comes at the invitation of Minister of Foreign Affairs Vijay Herath, marking the 50th anniversary of diplomatic relations between Sri Lanka and the Holy See. During his stay, Archbishop Gallagher is expected to hold official discussions with President Anura Kumara Dissanayake, Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya and Minister of Foreign Affairs Vijitha Herath. According to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Archbishop will also visit several religious and culturally significant sites across the country, including churches affected by the 2019 Easter Sunday attacks, to pay his respects and offer solidarity. The 13th Asian Conference on Endometriosis was held yesterday in Colombo. The conference, organized by the Sri Lanka Endometriosis and Adenomyosis Society in collaboration with the Asian Endometriosis and Adenomyosis Society, was held under the theme Empowering Women, Improving Treatment. The conference highlighted advances in non-hormonal therapies and explored targeted molecular pathways in endometriotic lesions. A keynote address on unraveling inflammatory pathways and targeted approaches for non-hormonal therapies in endometriosis was delivered by Professor Hemantha Senanayake, President of the Asian Society of Endometriosis and Adenomyosis. The conference also focused on advancing knowledge and treatment approaches in endometriosis, highlighting innovative therapies and strategies to improve patient care. With that, let's move on to your weather forecast for today. The Met Department says that showers or thunder showers may occur at a few places in the Sabaragamuwa, Central and Uva provinces after 2 p.m. today. Mainly, fair weather will prevail in other areas of the island. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in the Central, Sabaragamuwa and Uva provinces during the midnight and early hours of the morning. And as always, the general public is requested to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by temporary localized strong winds and lightning during thunder showers. With that, let's move on to international news for this morning. A powerful 6.3 magnitude earthquake has struck northern Afghanistan, according to the U.S. Geological Survey, 2 months after a quake killed thousands of people in the impoverished nation's east. The USGS said overnight Sunday into Monday that the quake hit a revised depth of 28 kilometers in Qom, near the city of Mazar-e-Sharif in the Hindu Kush region at 12:59 a.m. local time. The agency had initially given the depth as 10 kilometers. Local authorities broadcast emergency telephone numbers for people to call, but did not immediately report any deaths or injuries. The Taliban authorities have had to deal with several major quakes since returning to power in 2021, including one in 2023 in the western Herat region on the border with Iran that killed more than 1,500 people and destroyed more than 63,000 homes. A shallow 6 magnitude quake struck this year on August 31st in the country's east, killing more than 2,200 people, the deadliest tremor in recent Afghan history. Earthquakes are common in the country, particularly along the Hindu Kush mountain range, near where the Eurasian and Indian tectonic plates meet. Afghanistan is contending with multiple crises after decades of war, endemic poverty, severe drought, and the influx of millions of Afghans forced back home by neighboring Pakistan and Iran. Well, that's a wrap of this morning's edition of the Breakfast Rundown on TV1. Thank you for joining us today. Do join us tomorrow as well for more of the very latest from here at home and around the world. Take care. Have a wonderful day ahead.